Hello and welcome to Pixel Paragons. I'm Andy, aka Atomic Kitsune, and this is supposedly going to be a channel diary which we're going to be running. It's going to be about the trials and tribulations of running a YouTube channel and sort of a nice experience of showing what we've been through. So if you yourself are interested in making a YouTube channel, maybe this will be of some help to you. Maybe it's just of interest to people to see what goes on in the background and the difficulties you will encounter running something like a channel. These videos should ideally be around about half an hour in length. They could be less than that. The first video is going to be longer because there's a lot more to talk about. I'll be talking, well, we'll have a quick intro explaining everything and how the channel's doing. Talk about our equipment that we've got, the problems that we're going through, that's a bigger list, and the future of the channel as well. I'll try not to waffle too much, but I'm prone to talking about things and then going off on a tangent, as people have seen in the past. Hopefully they're interesting tangents to talk about, because, yeah, fun. So, let's get on with it. There's going to be more of these in the future, as I say, but this one, a little bit longer. So yeah, the channel. Today's the 4th of June in the UK, and it is now 8:17 in the morning. I've been up for a few hours, drinking of the coffees. And we are now about 2 weeks old on the channel. 2 weeks, wow, it's felt like a lot longer than that. We uploaded the very first video on the 19th of May. I keep looking off screen suddenly because that's where all my notes are. Yeah, so 19th of May we uploaded the first video. Since then we now have 32 videos uploaded. Some of them are actually funny, I think, as well. And the professionalism has increased with each video, I'd like to think, or at least the quality of our stuff's going up slightly. It should be. That should be for anyone who's doing a YouTube channel. The more you record, the more you do, the more experience you get, the better you should be getting at things. Or at least I hope so. If your stuff's going downhill in quality, you're doing it wrong. People won't like terrible videos 2 years down the line if they're still watching it. People, please still be watching us in 2 years' time. Yeah, so we're now at 32 videos, ranging from long play stuff like the Armellos, which are an hour plus sometimes, simply because of the nature of the game, down to our short stuff like PP breaks, which we do, which are comically titled because we're comic geniuses, I know, which are, 10, 15 minutes or so, if not less than that for some of them. Some of the videos will be a lot shorter than that. But yeah, we do a range of videos, and we cover different games as well, based on the people who are working for the channel. I say working, we're all a bunch of friends who are just volunteering our free time to record stuff we like, and hopefully you like as well. Yeah, so 5 people on the team now. 5 people. Me, obviously. I'm obviously here. We've got Pear Drop, 6 Series Elsewhere, Yggdrasil, and we've also got my wife, Emma, who's Pearl Dragon. Still feel weird talking about people using their online name rather than their actual name, because we know each other, and it's strange to be using a different name for what we would call each other on a day-to-day basis down the pub or just somewhere in town. But that's strange for me. Yeah, editing work. I do 95% of all the editing work because I have the software, I have the hardware, and I have a little bit of experience thanks to uni doing video editing. So while our stuff's not professional grade things, it actually has editing, which is better than some people. Some of it's slightly fancier than others, like multicam editing on the Armello stuff. That's difficult and interesting. And the graphic work, again, part of my uni degree, I messed around with Photoshop and GIMP. GIMP is a piece of software before anyone goes, why do you play with GIMPs? How does that help anything? Wow. No, GIMP's a piece of software. It's free. It's like Photoshop as a image editing software. And for poor people like me, GIMP is great because it's free and it's fantastic, and you could throw money at the developers if you want to as well. Yeah, I do almost all the graphics stuff because A, I like doing it, and B, I'm a little bit better than complete novice. But that doesn't excuse some of the poor stuff we've done before that needs improvement. Yeah, so I'm still doing all that. Views, we are now at 1,110 views according to YouTube analytics, and we have 46 likes who are not just our mums, which is good. Yeah, so the channel's progressing. For 2 weeks in, I think that's pretty good. No, not on 46 likes, sorry. We're on 46 subscriptions. which is way better than likes. We've got a lot of likes. But yeah, 46 subscriptions, which I think is pretty good for a channel at this point. But we need to progress that, and while we have 46 likes, according to the analytics, we have nearly 40-something odd % people who don't subscribe are still watching us, so don't feel the need to subscribe to us maybe. Please subscribe to us because it allows us to go, oh look, subscriptions are going up, people are watching our stuff, let's do more of it. Let's improve it, let's make everything better. Yes, let's talk about the equipment we're using. We're still using pretty basic equipment, obviously with a budget of not a lot, as in we don't have a budget because we're not a company and it's just out of our own pockets we're having to fund all the equipment to improve and stuff. We are using the entry level for a lot of our stuff. Some of us have better equipment than others. I have a nice pair of Steel Series headphones, but they're a bit old and they're also a bit damaged as well, so they cut out sometimes, which is terrible, but I like them. The sound quality is nice. The microphone, however, is not the best I could get. A new one is on the way. Equipment, so yeah, we're using that. Second hand, I got what I'm using now, this camera, is a Logitech C920, which is a 1080p camera. It does it at 30 FPS, not 60 FPS at this size, but the resolution and everything is pretty good. It also has autofocus on it, and I like it a lot. That I got for 35 quid because that's quite cheap second hand. When you're into YouTube as a thing and you want to create a channel, look in second-hand equipment. You don't need to buy the best out there, you just need to buy something that's better than ours. So, invest a little bit of money to make better quality videos. Yeah, I got headphones to that. I'm going to put my PC spec up on screen because I don't want to go through the whole thing, but it's a custom-built job by me, and it's quite old now. It's had a lot of upgrades. Most recent, the graphics card, because the last one had a meltdown and that stopped working and I needed a new one, so I have a new GeForce card in there at the moment. You will see the description. Out of interest. That does me fine for everything, pretty much. It's not the best in the world, but it's not the worst by far. Yeah, some of the other people are using much lower grade equipment or stuff they haven't optimised yet. But that's the problem. You know, you can't just go, hey guys, we want to do a YouTube channel. You want to join in? Yeah, great. By the way, you need to invest $1,000 into your equipment. And I'll be like, I'm not interested anymore. So you can see some of our multiplayer videos. 6 Years Elsewhere does not have a webcam, or it's not a working webcam, but it does have a microphone. Part of the thing we need. So we got 3 out of the 4 on that, but again, channel needs to progress with equipment. Software-wise, GIMP, yeah, using GIMP for all the editing on images. I've recommended that to the other people in the group. Because it's free and it's very good for what it does and likes to work with layers, and that's great. That's what you need in a piece of software to do that. OBS Studio as well. That's what we're using to record the games. Possibly also our streaming as well. But that's a great piece of free software as well. Look it up. Does the job. Again, works with layers. I can layer in graphics. I can set it up for other people to use. You can add filters onto your microphone. All sorts of stuff. Very good indeed. What else are we using? Well, we're all using different stuff. Let's go into the problems we're having with the channel, because that's important. Also, we don't want to have this video going on too long as well. Problems. Well, yes, part of the problems we have is video length. Armello is over an hour long, and apparently people on YouTube have the attention span of not much at all. Many people will say this, you have to do short videos, you have to do them short because people won't bother watching the full thing. You have to be really enthusiastic. Oh god, welcome to my channel, this is really exciting, I'm overreacting to everything because it's fun. Yeah, you have to do that apparently. You don't have to do that, be yourself on your channel. If yourself isn't interesting enough, don't make a YouTube channel. No, weirdly, you'll find there's someone out there willing to watch your content. There's a channel called Glue Review on YouTube, and they just review glue. We don't know whether it's a weird person or someone who puts on a persona of a weird person, but they get loads of views and they're not exactly buzzing with enthusiasm. But I found them funny for a while watching some of their videos, so those are the kind of videos people will watch potentially. There's someone out there to watch your video content, as long as you know what you're on about and you're passionate about it in some way. You don't have to do the same spiel that everyone does. You don't have to do that. You just have to be engaging in some way, and someone needs to find the content you make interesting. Yeah, we've got to cut down some of our videos at least a bit, or at least chop them up into segments, because apparently an hour is too much. YouTube is placing more of an emphasis nowadays on viewer engagement, as in people, the longer they spend on the site, the better for them. So YouTube viewers need to be spending longer watching the videos, not just clicking on the video and going, yeah, whatever. Because spending 30 seconds on the site watching a cat video will not net them much in advertising revenue. So creating videos that people watch for longer is better in theory, and that's going to be the future of YouTube, because they want to become a content provider, much like a TV channel or something. So long videos like our mellow ones, if they're getting the people to watch for long enough, great. That's what they want. But we might be chopping up into half-hour segments, because that's kind of like TV size, you know, digestible by the viewer. One of the problems we've had, of course, is that. But we have a new series of videos called PP Breaks, which we're going to be doing, which are, again, shorter videos. Same with some of the point-click stuff that Pearl Dragon is doing. That's going to be cut up into around about half-hour segments, maybe. Especially depending on how interesting the segment of the game is. So she may just make a 40-minute video or a 20-minute video, so on. Same with stuff I'm doing. I'm going to be trying making smaller segments of stuff for easy, digestible chunks. Good for subscriptions. Yeah, so that's one of the things we've been doing. Bear with me while I drink more coffee. YouTube fuel. Yeah, so problems we've also been having, I mean, graphics, graphic design, creating of logos, creating of overlays, creating of banners, all those kind of things. So many troubles with that. Because I'm doing it myself, I have a problem to over-design stuff. I'll spend so long on something, I add in more elements, I go, this looks cool, this is great, add that in, this improves it. Very noisy goose outside. Yeah, doing all that. I over-designed elements. So I asked for feedback, and I'm going to recommend a subreddit. If you know what Reddit is, you should know what Reddit is. It's kind of a big thing on the internet, I've heard. Newtubers is a subreddit, and they help people who are new to YouTube. I know it's imaginative, yes, but it gets the point across. You know what it is straight away. And I asked for feedback on the overlays and the design of our YouTube channel, and some people gave feedback that was semi-helpful. Some gave feedback that was not nice, let's put it that way, but some of it's true. Some of the comments, nobody likes getting negative feedback, nobody likes being told off, nobody likes that kind of thing, nobody likes someone doing quite harsh criticism about what they've done. It's like, this is my baby, I made it, don't be harsh. But yeah, after reading the initial comments I was angry, and then an hour later I was like, well, I don't like the way they've worded it, but yes, they are right, it's over-designed, it doesn't fit well, it looks ugly, let's redo it. So I've redesigned our stuff, but we've had a lot of trouble with that. But the main thing was I wanted to stick with the pixel ethos, because we are Pixel Paragons, and we spent ages picking the name for the channel, so we're sticking with it. But we need to redesign, make it cleaner and neater and legible. So some of the fonts and things may need to change at some point. You probably can't read the text on that very well when it's smaller on the logo. One sec. That needs work on. We will be trying to fix things as we go along, trying to resize stuff, at least unlike print material where once you've submitted it to the printers you're stuck with the design. Online you can always keep changing things, because that's great, but don't keep changing it too rapidly. I think we've gone through quite a few rapid changes within the past 2 weeks, especially past few days, about midweek, where I had the whole let's redesign this because I've been told it's bad, and I finally agree, yes, they're right, it needs work. Hopefully if you look at the channel it looks much better now. Yeah, so we've done that. On my notes also say editing as well. Oh god, yeah. Editing's a difficulty when you're doing videos. You can spend hours on a 5-minute video editing it to get the perfect look on the thing. It's all still new to me to a degree, because I've worked with different softwares in the past, and when you switch to new software it's a complete mystery again, because you're like, why have they put that there? Why do I need to do that? Why is that nesting with... oh god. Yeah. So editing, it's a big thing. The multicam editing I do on the MacLeod videos, which is where I switch between 4 different displays to show you one display of the current player or the most interesting thing happening at the time. That was a whole new thing to me, and it was difficult. But there's a lot of resources on YouTube itself. Just type into YouTube your direct question. How do I do this in this? And you'll probably find the answer you're after. Some videos are better than others. Sift through them until you find the one you're after. Also try and get the one that's most recent to the version you're using, because older stuff may lack features that the newer stuff does, and vice versa. Some guy may go, yes, you need to do this, and this button here now automatically all does it, and you go, well, my software's like 4 years old and doesn't do that, so that's no help. check out YouTube. Lots of potential resources for you there to help out. Yeah, so the editing's been difficult. Plus, I'm the only one doing it while the rest of the team gets up to speed on that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a big workload as well, especially when you've got multiple people recording stuff at the same time. And you have a child and a life and a job and other things to do as well. We don't all have infinite free time to make these things. What else? Audio woes. Oh god, so many audio woes. I mean, I recently found out that Windows has been stifling my mic by 50% of the volume. Thanks, Windows 10. Thanks, Windows 10. Thanks, Obama. Oh, yeah. Oh god, microphone levels all over the place. Some people recording it too loud, some people recording it too quiet. That's me. Some microphones aren't capable of recording the stuff that we want correctly. Some people are running on cheap equipment, some people are running on faulty equipment like mine. Again, we don't have the budget to just buy brand new everything for everyone. I have bought a new microphone. I've got a blue Yeti coming in. That's a second-hand one, so yeah, it's still expensive, but hopefully I'll have a brand new fancy mic to use, which should record in delicious quality. Delicious. That will be better, hopefully. But yeah, the audio levels, I've been finding out how to do that within the editing software so I can try and normalise everyone's audio levels. But again, YouTube, or do a course at a local college or something, maybe they'll be able to teach you a bit about that. Probably worth looking up. Timing on recordings, I've already mentioned that. No, I haven't, not quite in the same way. I mean, yes, obviously, getting everyone to turn up to a recording is important, but also simple things like I'm recording with 4 people, so I need to use 4 different streams of footage, and then you go, well, everyone starts recording at different times. No one's perfect, so well, let's try and cut it down to and get it syncing correctly. That's so difficult, really difficult. Tip I found to do with multicam editing, actually, more so for people using multiple cameras, so they've got a camera there and there, and they switch between the different viewpoints to make sure that everyone's working at the same time. 1 second again. Coffee. Also, talking for long periods of time makes your throat dry and scratchy. Yeah, so just before the clip. Okay, so you go 3, 2, 1, and we're in the room. Now, the clap is a visual point, which you can then click through on your monitor to get that slow part where that happens. But it also creates an audio spike in the audio, which makes it a lot easier to align to on everyone's video. It's a pretty good tip, I like it. It also sort of focuses you, like, and now 3, 2, 1, you're in the room! And you start recording. It'll help, it's better, and I recommend doing that. That's something I picked up, and that's really cool. I like that. It's like the old clapperboards. Now I understand why they use those things. Yes, let's continue with more problems. We're nearly done, actually, on the problems. I'm trying to get this video as short as possible. So, yeah, what to record's a big problem. YouTube has so many videos out there of things, so you want to look at FIFA. There's loads of FIFA, Pro Evo Soccer, Overwatch, you name it, COD, anything super popular. There are 1,000,001 videos out there. They tend to get a lot of views because of simply the popularity of the thing. But we try to stick to the ethos of we aren't recording it unless we like it and want to play it. We're not just going to record stuff for the sake of the extra views we might gain through popularity of the initial source material. It's a big thing, really. To be successful on YouTube, you need to be good at YouTube, but you also need to get people viewing. And to get people viewing niche content is difficult unless you spend a lot of time trying to market yourself correctly and going to the right places and interacting with the community on those things. I'm recording Card City Nights, which is probably a niche because it's A, an old game, B, not a really particular popular game. Shame, it should be, it's really good. If you like Magic the Gathering or anything else like that, collectible card games, if you like Hearthstone, which is another card game, worth looking into. Physical placement of the card and the way they rotate on screen actually does things to stuff, and you try and create combos and defeat your opponent. It's a single player game, it's just good fun. If you don't want to play against human opponents, it's interesting, and you get to collect boosters of cards by defeating the opponents, which then go into your deck and you change it. Great game. That's niche games, though. Some people out there are going to be like, oh my god, nobody's been recording this game, I really want to watch it, fantastic. But it's hard getting noticed, as you will find if you have a YouTube channel. Even if you make popular cats falling on their arse videos, you're still going to have problems being seen amongst the billions of other cats falling on their arse videos. One day you may be lucky and get a huge peak in views, and you're like, oh, somehow something linked to my video and I'm now incredibly popular on that one video. Could happen, but yeah, difficult for that though. The promotion and SEO, search engine optimization, is something you have to learn about. You have to tag your videos correctly. All these things are new to us, and we're still optimizing those things so that we appear higher in search rankings. Other than that, we're looking at other platforms, multi-platform stuff, so we're going to be looking into Twitch and stuff like that, to do live sessions, live broadcasts, live streams, which will be interesting, hopefully, because you'll be able to see us do everything live, now, without editing. We don't edit any of our stuff really that much anyway. And we should be doing interesting things with those, like giveaways, which would be fun. We're going to figure out how we're going to work those giveaways, but we've got a load of keys for games which we're going to be giving away. Maybe a little bit more about that in a sec. We're now 20 minutes into the recording. We're trying to be careful with this and not make it into an hour or something daft like that. So, future videos are going to be shorter because there'll be less problems, he says now. The future. What are we going to do? So we're going to do some new series which we're going to be recording. More things. I'm going to be recording Subnautica because I played it a while back and I like it, and we should do more of it, and I've added a lot more content since I first started playing it. So we're going to be doing me playing Subnautica, which is the alien planet sea survival simulator type thing, but there's a good narrative behind it as well, and shit your pants scary sea monsters which will just sneak up on you like fucking stealthcraft and then consume you in one bite. I like that game though still. So we're doing new content. Pearl Dragon's going to be doing another point and click, a very old one called the Shiver. Shiver? One of those two. Pardon me for getting it wrong, probably. That's a fantastic point and click involving a rabbi as the main protagonist. The first ever Jewish depiction of a character that wasn't completely racist and actually seemed genuine in, I think, any kind of computer game? Question mark? Maybe. She'll talk more about that. She'll be doing that next as well, along with finishing off Bear With Me, which I think the second episodic part's out now as well. Seek Serious Elsewhere is going to be doing Warhammer Total War. Don't know what race he's going to be playing, but he's going to be doing campaign as them. I'm not quite sure what the rest of the team's going to be doing, but they have their own ideas. We'll be working with that. So that's the future for them. Probably more board games. We like board games, so we play a lot of cardboard versions. Maybe we'll record live sessions like that. But that would require better recording equipment because webcams may not really cut the mustard when it comes down to recording live. You just need lighting and better sound and everything. So that's maybe a future investment if we want to. Cutting down our long videos. Oh, how ironic! I've made this video quite long. It was supposed to be short. Cutting down the longer videos. They're easily more digestible, but not going mad and making like 10-minute, 5-minute videos and then cutting until like you've got these tiny little videos that in theory are easily digestible but at the same time not worth watching. We're doing that. We're doing an intro and an outro with music, which we've kind of got on our first introduction video, but I think we're going to re-record that. It spirals on for ages about what we like, but it doesn't get to the point quick enough. People who come into the channel for the first time may not want to watch quite a long video. One of our friends went, what do you guys actually do with your YouTube channel? I went, did you look at it? I went, yeah, but the intro video was long. I was like, I don't know, read the blurb. It was like, I suppose if she can't be bothered watching it, then alright, we'll get on to it. We'll do a new quick video. Oh no, we're going to have to go down the pub again and drink beer. What a shame. We will make that sacrifice for the channel. It's okay. Me and Per will go back down and take one for the team. Yeah. So, new intro videos as well, because getting to the point is important when people have short attention spans. Probably sun filters, so I don't have the sun shining on me quite so much. Better recording stuff. New equipment. I said I was getting a new Yeti mic, and hopefully some people will be getting a webcam talking to you, Seek Serious Elsewhere. Less pointing at the camera with pens. It's not going to happen, but I'm posting when I'm using a pen constantly. I'm flicking pens around and doing stuff with them. Bad habit, now got it, pointing with pens. We're doing live recording. The idea is to do some streaming at some point, so we will be doing streams, live stuff, giveaways, which hopefully involve people liking, subscribing and sharing. The more that happens, the more popular we get, the more money we get, when we start eventually getting any money, if at all. And then we can invest in the channel, buy new games which are interesting for us to play, experiment with buying things that we want but can't afford at the moment because it's just too much to really play games, really, like 20-30 quid. It's popular and I actually do like it. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is fun to watch. It's probably going to go oversaturated by the time we actually all play it. Some of us already play it. We may buy things like that because suddenly if we've got the extra income we can afford to invest and buy things that we like and you might like as well. stuff like that. We're also potentially getting some more people into the stream. We, our friends and the people we know, record a lot of different things, or just play a lot of different things, and they may be willing to join in the channel and maybe share that kind of content with you guys, ranging from things like EVE Online, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Dawn of War. Some of my friends are obsessed with strategy games like that, RTS should I say. A lot more things like that though, so that's the plan, to do more things like that. Promotional giveaways, live feeds, shorter videos for these kind of segments as well, and generally just improve with the quality of everything. Still tempted to go to college and refresh myself on YouTube type things like recording, especially editing software. Oh god, editing. Sound recording is probably my biggest thing, but you know, improving stuff like that, that's the future of the channel. I hope that this has been a bit sort of like an interesting insight into new tubers themselves, people like me and the team who are working on creating a channel and making it better and better and better and improving content. There should be a nice natural progression from the videos from very basic to super professional with titles and everything and flashing and editing and all sorts of cool stuff. But we'll hopefully see that throughout the videos. I'm going to cut this video here now because 26 minutes on is pretty good, I think. Hopefully it's been good for you guys. Future videos like this will be a bit shorter, and we'll see a progression of improvement in the channel, and everyone will like, share, subscribe, and everyone will be happy. We'll buy a gigantic studio and hotel that attaches to it with a pub and all sorts of cool stuff, and we'll have conventions there, and our name will be up in lights and be amazing. Nice future thinking there. Or we could win the lottery and that'll make things a lot easier for us. Thanks for watching guys, catch you about, and keep watching the vids. Bye!